Happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
On my show.
I'm excited to be here, and I'm also excited about what we're going to talk about.
I am too. You know, people don't normally talk about their failures, you know, because you don't want to be seen in that light, you know, that you actually failed. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a good thing to fail.
I take every failure as a masterclass, man.
Word.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, since we're talking about failures, I'll go first. Yeah.
Your biggest?
Yeah.
Your biggest failure? What was it? Let us hear.
I mean, I guess you could say it's my biggest failure. I mean, I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but okay. So first up. We have 3 different businesses between the 2 of us, right? There's the Chef and the Wigmaker.
Yes.
There is Knife and Spoon. And then there is the Virginia Fantasy. So we're talking about Knife and Spoon right now. And we have a bunch of products that we offer to the masses, right? For consumers, direct to consumer.
Yep.
And I decided one day that I wanted to launch a pancake and waffle mix.
Great idea.
Amazing idea, 100% vegan. It was so delicious.
So
but
good.
Let's rewind back to why this is a big failure, right? So we're talking to the team. I developed the recipe. We'll go back and forth. I probably tested maybe 25 batches of mix.
It took you almost a year to come up with that recipe.
Right? Went through maybe 10 different types of vanilla, right? Just so we can nail down the perfect flavor, right? So we get all of that done. I designed this amazing packaging.
Killer,
right?
sick.
It was beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Never seen anything like it. And we sign off on the front, the sides, the top, the bottom, everywhere of the box. This is the packaging, right? So of course you got to make sure it's good. So we sign off on this and they're like, okay, we're good to go. It's time for production.
We quadruple checked because they were making 4,000 boxes.
This was the minimum, right? We couldn't find a smaller minimum company at the time.
Yep.
Right? So, and this was before COVID. So, 4,000 boxes. They send us we asked them to send us like 100 so we can have some to give to family, friends, and then the rest we got sent to the fulfillment center. So I get the boxes, I open it, I'm excited, it looks great, the packaging looks exactly the way it's supposed to. But then I turn the box around and lo and behold, there is the company that I used, their name, their full address, and their phone number.
Phone number.
Right? Now, mind you, rewind, back forward, backtrack, whatever you want to call it.
I know what you meant.
Right? When you get a private label company to do your bidding, to do your product,
right,
it's called private label for a reason.
Period.
That's because with this, there is no connection to this actual company. The only company that the consumer is going to see is your company. Because you're hiring a private label company to produce and manufacture a product for you. So long story short, they were not supposed to have their name, their address, or phone number on my box because I didn't sign off on it.
Exactly.
Mind you, when I checked the initial design of the artwork, that was not on it. So when I see this, I contact them and they're like, "Oh, you signed off on it." And I'm like,
straight lied.
No, my email correspondence doesn't have that in it. And then
like, why would I pay for $4,000 worth of boxes and not put my name on it? Like, who does that?
Exactly. And then to make matters worse, the file that I sent them did not have that on it. So where did it come from?
Exactly.
So you guys knew that you did that and you put it on there. So they involved the owners. The owners like, "Oh, we're not going to do anything about it. Exactly. You signed off on it. We have the proof right here," which they didn't.
And they would have gotten away with it if we were a brand new company. But because we already had a grandma company, the Virginia Fantasy, which we had done for over a decade,
yes,
we have an attorney.
And we also had an attorney on deck that we've had for
over 15 years.
A decade.
They didn't know any of that. They just thought, oh, they'll just go. No.
They just thought we were some new company that were just up and coming and had no idea about private labeling. Meanwhile, I've already launched about 20 products private label, so this was not a new thing. So we had to involve our lawyer.
Yep.
And we basically had to tell him, we're going to take you to court if you don't make this right.
Exactly.
So,
but see, that's what frustrates me about, the entrepreneurial journey in the beginning, because a lot of people get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
If we did not have an attorney on retainer, we wouldn't have been able to do anything.
No.
Who has money to be hiring an attorney? So it's one of those things where you would have been out of luck.
Yeah.
You know?
They only started moving
after we contacted the attorney.
Once they received a letter from our attorney saying, you guys did XYZ, you need to rectify this immediately or we're going to take it
to court
and take legal action. So the failure here was not double checking and triple checking after we signed off.
Babe, we
right,
did.
Which we really couldn't
we
check
did.
anymore.
We did. This was a failure not on our end, Eddie. We did everything. We did our research. We had done everything.
Our T's and dotted our I's.
We were just working with a company that wanted to get over on us. They wanted
Yeah.
free marketing and advertising.
Yeah, they got.
Which they got. I think for us, the failure was even doing business with such a high minimum.
Yeah,
I would never do that again.
Yeah, that was tough. You know what I mean? Because, it's with private labeling, you have to really do your research and find a company that you can work with, because depending on the product, the minimums will be really high or they can be really low, right? It just really depends on what it's going to take for that company to create that product. So if they have to do a lot, if they have to stop the whole line, if they have to only do this run, then it's going to be a lot more minimums. And then it really depends on the vats and the facility that they have. Like if they have smaller kettles, then they can do smaller batches. But if they have a massive kettle, they kind of have to do a big batch just so that the mixing can actually be done properly.
Okay,
right?
Technical man.
Yo,
you're going into details.
I had to do my research. You know what I mean? So that was, I would say, the biggest failure for Knife and Spoon.
But I will say, Chef, if you are starting something, if you're starting out a business, a line or a batch or whatever you're trying to do as an entrepreneur, just stay away from big batch. Yeah. Because it was like those 4,000 boxes, it felt like weight on my neck. Like we had to push sales. We came up with every marketing plan you could just to get, and we still couldn't sell everything. We sold most of them.
Most of it.
But then remember, this product expires. Ding, 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 ding.
That's the other thing about selling food.
Yeah, we had to get rid of, because it was time to go,
Yeah,
so.
we didn't want to sell. Like, we stopped selling it before it expired.
Like 4 months before it expired. Because I was like, I
don't want to take a chance.
I don't want to take a risk.
Right? So, good thing is it wasn't too much left.
It wasn't.
Still, that was just like, to start out with
one
a
box
pancake
thrown
mix,
away was hurtful. Because we spent, how much was the total of that bill?
It was $11,000.
It was. And, $11,000 to some people is,
whatever.
A trip to Ibiza. But to us, $11,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to put a nail on that one right there.
Yeah. It still brings back really tough
It's
memories.
bittersweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most delicious pancake and waffle mix.
We still have clients
that ask
email us
years later.
Your dealership guy that services your car.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, he's asking you for a box.
Because his kids, they have every single allergy you could possibly think of, and they couldn't eat anything. Like, they couldn't buy pancake and waffle mix from any of the major brands just because of what the facility had in-house. So when we gave them our pancake mix, he couldn't believe it. Like, his daughter could have it, and they loved it, and it was just really great. But,
it's delicious. Yeah, we learned from that.
Jane.
I think, that's the biggest mistake for Virgin was, I think we'd been in business for maybe a year.
Yeah.
We had one vendor that we had kind of started with in terms of working with him. His name was Harmony. I remember his name.
It's not his real name, obviously.
Well, that's the name we were working with. This was 15 years ago. Yeah. And there was one holiday, it was about to be Black Friday, so I placed my order like I normally do. And when I received it, because I always test the quality, because that's what Virgin Fantasy is all about. So testing quality, I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
So something told me to just do like a bleach test, like a dye test, what you do for virgin hair, just to make sure it's good. Which I was even shocked that I had to do that. This is somebody who I'm working with for a year. We've done many transactions, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, Jay, you tripping? There's nothing. I was like, but let me just make sure.
But something told you.
I felt it in my gut, so I went and I bleached it.
Tell him what happened. Tell him what happened.
It was not happening. Okay, I
It was not
immediately
virgin
knew that it wasn't virgin hair, and I'm like, I called him, and he tried to turn it around on me, saying that, did you test it properly? I'm like, did I test it properly? I've been doing this, you know what I mean?
Years.
All of a sudden now, did I test it properly?
Yeah.
But what that did was the ripple effect of that situation. I had orders that were backed up. I had clients waiting, and we were at the peak because we had just worked with some influencers that blew up. So there was a lot of
All that
demand.
traffic
We
was
missed
coming to
out
us.
so much. We missed out on so much money. And then a lot of my clients were upset because I had to issue refunds because I couldn't
Deliver a product.
and all because I put my business on one vendor.
Yeah.
Never again. When I teach my amazing students, I'm like, if you have one vendor, you might as well close shop. You need at least 5 vendors.
Yeah.
Because one is going to
Options.
disappoint you, one is going to not be in the mood, another one is going to be too expensive. So you need at least 5 so you can just circle around.
Yeah.
So,
And let them know that we have other options.
period.
You know what I mean? Because when a vendor knows that you're their only option,
It's dangerous.
it's dangerous because they can basically put you in a chokehold. You know
Which
what I mean?
this one, Harmony did.
Yeah, he did. So we X'd him out real quickly.
Yeah, we were out.
Yeah.
It was not it was a problem because after I wasn't working with him anymore, now I had to vet other vendors, and the whole vetting process is like 6 months.
It takes time.
It takes time to vet a vendor. I had to, because you have to order from him a couple of times, order from him on a Monday, order from him on a weekend to see if they respond to your email. Like, it's a whole process to entrust your business. And this is why I went to India with my husband. I was like, this whole back and forth with middlemen, like, that motivated us to go to India ourselves so we can actually be the source.
Yeah,
So
so
I
cut out
that
the
burned,
middleman.
yeah, that whole money lost and that stress, it was
I mean,
motivation.
a lot of things we lost. You know, credibility. You know, just
Exactly.
Customers
Clients,
weren't
oh my
happy.
gosh.
You know, it was a ripple effect that just was not good.
The solution to that was we were in India. The next flight, like literally a year later, we were able to go to India ourselves to just make that connection, and we haven't looked back since.
Yep.
You're gonna talk about a good one. The next one you're talking about, Chef.
I think the next one will be taxes.
Oh, the
Right.
big T.
Taxes. I mean,
A big mistake.
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
He's not my uncle. I don't even know why I'm calling him Uncle Sam because he's not my uncle.
Do you want me to start this one?
Go ahead, sweetheart.
You know, when you're an entrepreneur and you're working hard and you're making money, it's not like how it is when you're an employee where, the taxes get taken out automatically. In this situation, you have to allocate the tax amounts accordingly. Our first year, second year, the third year when we started gaining momentum and making money, we're like, oh, this is nice, right? And then we got the tax bill. When do you file taxes again? What, April?
April,
And if you file an guess what happens in April? Business starts to die down in April, June, July, starts to slow. We got that tax bill. It was very high. Like, it was so high that when I opened the bill, I almost passed out. No, babe, no, I'm not even joking. I'm serious. I was like, there's no way that's that many like, it was a couple, it was ridiculous.
It was harsh.
It was very harsh.
It was harsh to look at.
It was a blow. And did I have money put away for it? Did you have money put away?
No.
Exactly.
Okay, first of all, this was our first journey into entrepreneurship. And we didn't have an uncle, an aunt, a mother, or a father to tell us, guys, you're about to start a business, you're going to be making a lot of money, put money away.
No.
Right? We didn't have that kind of upbringing or that family unit to coach us. So
I hadn't read any books, nothing.
Everything we did was from zero, from ground level. Like, we learned everything on our own. So we had no idea. I mean, we're kind of naive, I would say, because it's like, you're making money, you have to pay taxes. But we just didn't.
We didn't know any better.
We just didn't think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't priority. And unfortunately, it came back to bite us.
What?
in the
Big
you know
time
what.
with the multiple zeros.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay?
So
And they were like,
pay up, homie, right? So for everyone watching, if you're about to start a business, create a separate account
that says in caps,
Taxes.
TAX. Okay? Put 25%. Actually, if you're doing it right, 30% of every money before you even see it.
before whatever money comes in,
Put it in a tax account.
and just leave it there. Right? It's the best thing you can do for your business.
You will sleep well at night,
Yep.
comfortably, happy, joyous, dreams, happy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because when tax time comes,
what?
you already have the money.
You pay in advance. You pay by the quarter at this point. Like that's when you're living the life.
That's when you
That's
really
when you
do
got it right.
Right? Now when tax time comes, you paid.
No,
You paid before.
you paid before. You've
Right.
already anticipated the tax bill.
Yeah,
because
your
you've already done your
accountant-
research.
Your bookkeeper and your accountant was like, okay, so it's looking like you're gonna owe this much in taxes. Oh, boom.
No,
we
the
already got
conversation is, would you want me to transfer it from your tax account? Sure, go ahead. That's the talk. That's the conversation. That's the healthy conversation you want. You don't want tax bill to be that conversation
A
to be like,
burden.
you got it? They don't want to hear that. Oh, they don't want
And
to hear that.
One thing you want to pay attention to is don't hang around people that make you feel like taxes is a bad thing. If
I
you are
agree.
paying taxes, it's because you're making money.
Period.
Like you're not paying taxes if you're not making money.
Period.
Right? So, but what you want to do is you want to be smart about it,
The bill.
and not pay all this money in taxes. Like there are lots of ways to not pay so much taxes, and this is not illegal by any means necessary.
They're
'Cause
tax
I don't mess
allowances.
around like that.
They're tax allowances.
But there are things that you can do. You can rent out your home for a week or whatever it is, and that goes against your taxes. It's like $1,500,
You can hire
$15,000, whatever.
14K to be exact.
14,000.
You can hire your kids.
You can hire your kids. Like there are plenty of ways. The Augusta rule, right? So and see, this comes back to who you have in your corner and what kind of research you're doing. Because if you're gonna start out a business, you have to have information. Like you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just do it and see what happens. Like no, you really need to pay attention, and you really need to have people that know about business law and taxes. Because if you don't, you know what's happening. You're gonna knock on your door, and the repo man is coming if you're not paying your taxes. You know, so you really, really want to put money away and be happy about paying taxes. Right?
I like that you said that.
Be happy.
Be happy about paying taxes.
Just be smart
Because it's
about
almost
it.
like going against the wall. Like it's inevitable. You
Yeah.
have to pay this. So you're gonna be mad about it every time.
Yeah.
You automatically pushing out good energy because now you're mad about
Basically.
money.
Yeah.
I love taxes. I pay it early all the time.
Yeah, seriously. So that's like super, super important.
But I'm not ashamed to talk about how I didn't do that before.
Yeah.
How I was very ignorant and
It was a learning
yeah.
curve, you know what I mean?
And but my daughter, my children,
Oh,
they know
see?
what's up. They've been educated.
And this is because of homeschooling, right?
They know about
got
taxes.
to see firsthand that, okay, you work for yourself,
Put
you
money
have to
away.
put money away. You have to allocate money in different accounts for
Oh, they
different
know
things.
what's up.
You know what I mean? Like we literally have like 10 different bank accounts
Mm-hmm.
because it's different accounts for different things. You know what I mean? You don't just want to operate out of one bank account.
Dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
It's called, AKA broke. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah. You want to separate and differentiate your different accounts because each account is for different things. You know what I mean? So this way you're not mixing up money, you're not overspending, right? You're literally being safe and being smart with your business.
I agree, Chef.
Right.
Very good topic.
We
I wish I knew that when we started. We would have saved so much money and headache.
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
You're right. But we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now.
You know what I mean? Can't live in the past.
You're right.
But we learned from the failure.
We learned
the
from the
mistake,
failure
yes.
and the mistake. You learn most from the failures and the mistakes. Seriously.
Yeah. You don't learn from what you're doing right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
you didn't.
You're doing it right. You're excited.
Yeah. What's the next one?
Influencer marketing.
Ooh.
When we first started the Virgin Hair Fantasy,
It's a lot of firsts.
I know, but that's the beginning.
that's
That's
when
the
it
juicy
happens.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
When we first started the Virgin Fantasy, I was working a 9 to 5. I was selling shoes on Madison Avenue, living my best life.
Word. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I didn't
I
love
was.
it like that. But he was. He loved his 9 to 5.
What?
I had a love-hate relationship with my 9 to 5. I loved the people I worked, like my clients. I loved my clients. But my company, I felt like I wasn't appreciated. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother story. We're not going to go into that right now. So anyways, I was working my 9 to 5. I was a store manager there.
Yeah.
And I was running the Virgin Hair Fantasy
At the same
at the same time. I didn't want to leave. At the time, I was making 110,000 a year. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not leaving this job. At that time, I thought that was a lot of money, obviously. I stayed there.
Shit, it's still a lot of money.
I know, but after taxes, it ain't.
True that,
Still
true
broke.
that.
Broke.
Yeah,
I was
you
still
know.
broke, making 6 figures. I need to write a book, Broke Making 6 Figures, so people know that that's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But anyways, I didn't want to be the face of the company because I felt like my job was gonna be
They were gonna come
literally
down on
they
you.
were gonna fire me because they knew I was building something on the side. So I relied heavily on influencer marketing. I don't think that was a bad thing. I
It
think the
wasn't.
way I went
It's the
about
way
it,
we
the
went about it.
management of it was bad. I think when we got really thick in influencer marketing, at the time we had the top 20 influencers promoting our products. Things were great.
It was awesome.
But I think what I did wrong, I wasn't used to management of talent of that capacity.
No, first of all, we just started a company that we had no idea what we were doing.
Right.
Right? And here comes influencers, something that we really didn't know
I'm like,
much
what is
about.
it? Yes.
But we knew that they could be beneficial to our business.
Right.
Right?
Well
So
said.
you just went about it that way. So you didn't do anything. We didn't do anything
Yes.
wrong in particular. We just weren't aware
Yes.
that this was just not the one road you want to go down only.
Yes, because with influencer marketing, you're dealing with talent and there were
You're dealing with people.
feelings involved. So if somebody doesn't feel like promoting your product, they don't feel like promoting your product.
Yeah.
If you haven't cashed the check and if they decide that, oh, you signed me for $3,000, tomorrow I want 4,000 or I want 6,000 and you're like, okay, no, I'm going to pass. They can put out a video and bash your product the same way they praised it.
Yep.
Which is exactly what happened to us. So because that was our only way of promotion,
Yeah,
it
promoting our business.
really hurt our business. So we went from making really good money to, at one point, nothing. To the point where, but at the time I had already quit my job because the influencer marketing thing was for like maybe 3 years. So I'd already quit my job based on the income we were making. And then I'm looking at Chef, he's looking at me like, I'm not going back to my old job.
Yeah, we had already left our 9 to 5 jobs, and because at that point we started making more money combined than our jobs. So we're like, what's the point of working our 9 to 5
Yeah.
when we could just do this? But then the whole influencer thing happened and just
I mean,
pump the brakes.
This particular influencer put out videos targeting me, my character, the company, all of that. And I feel like because that happened to me, it built a shell.
Yeah.
Because if you can survive
Yeah, it was
something
pretty
like
tough.
that, I mean, tears, tough,
it was tough.
snot crying all the time. I had a 2-month-old. It was a very, very dark time. But I remember in those dark times, I was like, this is it. I'm not going back to my old job.
Yeah.
This is life. So at that point, we made a decision to never rely on anyone to get our message out there. And that's when I stepped in front of the camera as the influencer, which I'm not 100% proud of, but I had no choice. We had to be in survival mode. I had a baby, and we had to eat. So it was the next best thing. And another thing too, this influencer was so influential that she got other influencers not to work with us.
Yeah.
It was the mob. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a clique.
She was like, don't work with her. It was crazy. We would go, I would say, wait, did somebody move our IP address? Like nobody can find our website? Nobody was ordering. It was crazy. It was crazy. Thank you, Chef. It was crazy. But I felt like that was a lesson that we had learned, that we were learning.
Yeah.
But while we were in it,
Basically, not putting your eggs in one basket.
again, just like with the vendor.
You know
Same
what I
thing.
mean? It comes back down to the same thing. Because for business, that's
It hurt though, baby.
really-
It hurt
oh,
really bad, babe.
It did.
It hurt.
It was
painful.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, sweetheart.
It's all right. I'll be all right.
Don't cry, okay? What's the next one we're gonna talk about?
The mistake you made by not being more serious with YouTube.
Oh.
It's a we mistake.
Oh,
Drop
that's
the ball. We've
I
had.
was on YouTube before you.
I know, babe.
Man,
We didn't take it
I was so mad.
seriously, man. I was like, YouTube, schmooYouTube.
Yeah, like what is YouTube?
Like, wait. We had an account. We had a few videos.
Yeah.
But then we didn't follow through. We weren't consistent.
We had no idea YouTube was gonna do what it's doing right now. And this is 15 years ago.
Chef, if we had just consistently put out one video a year. Babe, there were years we didn't even touch YouTube, babe.
Yo.
Oh. Don't make the same mistake.
That ain't the case now.
Yes.
YouTube is legit a gold mine.
It is.
I'm telling
for
you,
many reasons.
Listen to me, people. Like, YouTube is evergreen content. So
you
it
took
don't
the
matter.
word out of my heart. I was thinking that.
Yo, it don't matter when you create content. Somebody can
pull it up
today.
Yeah.
Content that's been posted 20 years ago.
Yep.
100 years ago. Like,
check your
it's
last
on
Instagram
YouTube.
post. Non-existent. The one you posted 5 minutes ago, gone.
No one cares about it. No one knows what it is.
Gone.
They're not even looking at your last 5 posts.
They're not.
Unless they're like obsessed. You know what I mean? But with business, YouTube is something you definitely want to pay attention to. Like,
I agree.
It's a great way for you to market your business free. Right?
Literally. And potentially get paid when you monetize.
Exactly. So there's a lot of perks to being on YouTube. I just wish that I took it seriously.
Me too.
And you know what? That's the thing. Like, I knew YouTube was something, but I didn't know exactly what it was.
Yes.
So I started it and then I just stopped.
Ugh.
Right? Because there were videos there that's so dark. You can't even see what's going on. But they were still really good videos, home videos, whatever the case may be. So we say this to say, get on YouTube and, once a month is cool.
Once a month. Stay consistent. Yes.
It's consistency.
But we're consistent now, boy. Don't play with us.
Are we?
Don't play with us.
Once a week.
What? Every day.
Well,
the shorts. Don't play with us.
Yeah. And if you can't do long form, do shorts.
Yes.
You can do 20 shorts a day if you want.
Exactly.
1 short a day. Like, it doesn't matter. 5 seconds, 20 seconds. No big deal. Just put out content so they can find you.
I agree. Chef,
for free.
That is
99.
Free 99. I love it.
Yeah.
The website that we built. That was another mistake that we made.
Another failure.
Another
epic.
Epic.
Massive.
Fail.
Cowabunga failure.
A robust failure.
That word.
I use the word robust because that's the meeting we had with the web developer, and he threw that fancy word. You need a robust system. I was like, oh, I want to be robust.
Before we even get there, all right? When we started the Virgin Hair Fantasy, aka TVHF, we didn't have a website. So we were just sending invoices, collecting orders over the phone, text. Like, we were like, we don't know how many sales we're going to get. So why spend money on a website? Right? And then sales started coming in so fast that we needed to get a website. We got a website done. It was cheap. We did it with a friend. It was cool. It did its purpose.
Yes.
Right? But then we got bigger than that website. So we needed to build an actual website that can hold the traffic that we were getting. And we spoke with this guy in New York, and he was like, I'm going to build you this amazing website, because we saw his website, and it looked beautiful. White background, just
glitzy.
Just nice, clean.
Very clean.
Right? So we're like, yeah, we want a website like this. What's it going to cost? He's like, $15,000. And we looked at each other and we're like, man, that's a lot of money. We had the money to pay for it, obviously, because we paid for it. But it was still a ton of money. And this was like 15 years ago at least. So it was like, okay. But like Jane said, he sold us on robust. Those were his words, right? It's going to be a very robust site. You're going to be able to do X, Y, Z. And we're like, all right, cool. Because back then we had no idea about websites and like the back end of it, the back office, like how does it work? The CRM, right? And just to tell you how old this was, the back office we were using is called Magento. No knock to Magento, right? Because Magento is like old school.
I think they went out of business, babe.
I don't know.
I may be wrong.
I know nobody's using them now,
anymore.
right? Maybe it's like one of those enterprise kind of back office situations, right? So we were operating off of Magento, and it was one of the most painful things to do. You couldn't upload, you couldn't
I had to go
update
through the developer to do
every single
everything.
change you wanted to do. Even when it came to how the money got processed, we needed a separate processing.
Terrible.
Yo, that was crazy.
That was crazy. I just thought about it.
Right? We had like two different process money merchant services
Yes.
they
yes.
were called, right?
Yes.
So anyway,
I can't believe you remember. I removed
Yo.
that from my memory.
yo, it was painful.
It's too painful.
Right? But we paid for this website, and the front of it, beautiful.
Gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. It was a
Beautiful.
beautiful website.
But the back end where we
A
were
mess.
dwelling
A hot
24/7
mess. A hot
was
mess.
painful, right? So
I think that's the work. That's what made you. You became a web developer.
yo,
He learned skills that he didn't even want to learn.
yo,
Dude, he put his knives away for some.
yes, yes. Like I literally had to figure out how to operate on a website.
Yeah.
And just
Cause we weren't gonna spend another dime after we spent the
build.
15,000.
yo, yeah, that was very hurtful,
It was
and it scarred us for a minute.
until we got to Shopify.
Yo, shout out to Shopify.
Shopify.
We're not getting paid,
Endorse us, please.
but yeah, Shopify.
Contract.
If you see this, like, hit us up. You know what I mean?
We got
We'll be
you.
spokespersons
Please.
for you.
We are actual clients. We love your work.
Yeah, Shopify is legit. Like, it's so easy to use.
Yo.
I mean, the templates. I mean, and then there's 24/7 customer service.
I love
So,
it
like,
a lot. I love when people come up to me. They're like, I say, I don't care what you have. If you don't have Shopify,
Yeah.
delete it.
Like,
Start
forget,
over.
Forget all those other companies.
Nothing
man.
else
Like,
matters.
Shopify just makes it easy for you
Please.
to operate your business.
Do we have Shopify stock?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't. Do I?
I do. I didn't. know
Okay, I
you
need to
did.
check. I need to get more.
Yo, yeah, Shopify is not going anywhere.
I just love what they've built.
Yo, and some of the biggest companies right now are
On Shopify.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Kylie.
I was just gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? Kim. You know.
Can't beat that.
So, and they have levels. So it don't matter how you're starting out, where you're starting from. Like, you can get on there $20 a month,
Yes.
$1,000 a month, 500, whatever. You know, there's something for everybody. But yeah, that 15,000 was not
It was a
worth
lesson
it
learned.
in the least bit. I mean, it made us look good on the front end, but the headache that came with it on the back was just like, dude, it's not even worth it, right?
What a journey.
It was tough.
Brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, you have to really be ready. I think it's all about the journey. When you see
Yeah.
the failures as lessons and you're able to like pivot and bounce back, just like with the vendor and with the influencer marketing, there are many things that will make you rethink your existence.
Seriously.
I mean, you'll be
Yeah.
like, wait, am I supposed to be doing this? That is where that lesson is. That's where your learning is. So I think what we didn't forget in that process, once you've made a decision that you are not going back, there's no other way but to survive.
Yeah.
You will adapt and you'll make it happen. So I think knowing that I didn't want to go back to that shoe store, that was it for me.
I would have gone back to the kitchen.
Oh, he will
I
go
love
back to the
cook.
kitchen like
Hence-
tomorrow. Now he did.
I mean, I
he
was
went
in
back
the
6
kitchen-
weeks ago.
Exactly, for 6 weeks.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I love that
I mean,
for you.
I'm a foodie. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a
Shoes was a passion. Helping clients, I'm passionate about it. But selling shoes was not specifically my passion.
Yeah.
So, but I loved helping the clients. So I did really
Customer
well
service.
doing it. Yeah. I
You're the
made
queen
good
of
money.
customer service.
But I love serving people. Like I'm that type of person. I love taking care of people. So, but I just didn't like the management I was under. It just wasn't working out. But I'm glad that I work for the Virgin Hair Fantasy
I heard
and
that.
Chef Life Consulting.
True that.
This was an amazing conversation.
I think so.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
And turn on your
And
notifications.
turn on your
people.
notifications.
Super important. This way, once we actually upload these videos, you'll get a ding,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then, of course, comment, right?
Comment. We
you
want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to hear.
We need assistance. What do you want us to talk about? What should be our next topics?
Yeah.
That's it.
I think so.
Yes.
I love it. Great job, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That was